Well, after weeks of speculation, the US imposed a 25% tariff on a range of Indian exports, along with penalties linked to India's oil trade with Russia and business ties with Iran. The move raised eyebrows and questions. Would India retaliate? Would India stay silent? Or will it issue a formal pushback? The answer came, and it was firm but not fiery. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal, in fact, addressing Parliament just yesterday, acknowledged the US action and made India's stance very, very clear. India will not compromise when it comes to protecting its farmers. His message wasn't confrontational, but it was deliberate. India, he said, is open to trade talks, but not at the cost of exposing its agri sector to unfair demand. And that's the subtext to all of this. The US has been pushing for greater access to India's farm markets. In fact, India has resisted, and these new tariffs, some believe, are a pressure tactic. But Goyal's speech made it clear agriculture is non-negotiable. At the same time, India's broader tone remains measured. There's been no tit for tat tariff announcement, no dramatic denunciation because the stakes are high. The US remains India's top export market with over close to $79 billion goods that we shipped to them just last year. Escalation of any kind of tariff conflict could hurt Indian businesses, especially MSMEs, which are far more important to us than the US buyers. The response, restrained but not rooted in fact, speaks about India's long-standing history. The fact that it is looking at a deliberate diplomacy rather than any kind of trade tensions. And finally, this is not about narrative center and narrative control. By responding formally but without theatrics, India positions itself as a far more responsible player, not playing domestic optics but looking at global positioning. In fact, it could be understood that India hasn't ignored the US tariffs. They've acknowledged, they've absorbed, they've hit, but they'll stay silent and they'll come back on the negotiating table. But how long is this going to benefit India? Only time will tell.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe. If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.